Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Platoon. And this movie came out in 1986 and is directed by William Oliver Stone, starring Charlie Sheen, Willem Dafoe, and I actually have seen this movie before. And what I will say about it is that the first time I watched it, I didn't like it, and the entire time I was just wishing that I was watching a movie that I actually connected with a lot better, that being Apocalypse Now, which came out 7 years earlier. And I was like, this just feels like a worse version of that movie to me. And it just didn't really stand out to me and affect me all that much. And so about 5 years later now, I decided to rewatch it to see, okay, maybe it was just like I was in a specific mindset and I just didn't like it. So I decided to give it a second chance. And for the first however long of the movie, the first act, I was enjoying it, and I was thinking, okay, maybe it was just me being in a specific mood or whatever, and I just didn't like it. And I was with it. I was loving the scenes with Willem Dafoe. I think he has a really great screen presence, and he's the best part of the movie for me. And he also plays the best character in the film. He's the most likable character, and any moment with him is a great moment, I feel. And I do like the music a lot. I do feel as though it adds a lot to the film and is a bit different from what you might expect from a war movie, at the very least. And I did enjoy how this movie depicted Vietnam and like the war during the time, and it just felt somewhat authentic and just made you feel as though, yeah, this would suck, and I'm glad I'm not a part of that. And they really do establish that this is a place no one wants to be. And there were good performances. Like I said, Willem Dafoe, he's the best part of the movie. And also Keith David, he's in it too. And Johnny Depp, I didn't even recognize him, but he was there as well. And Forrest Whitaker, really enjoyed seeing him as well. But despite me enjoying some performances being really good, there were also some that were kind of flat. A lot of side characters that were just like barely in the movie, like some of the soldiers, I just felt as though they were incredibly flat and brought nothing to it. And Charlie Sheen, he wasn't great, sadly. For a good chunk of the movie, he's just fine. But whenever he's required to emote or show anger or anything like that, I don't buy it at all. It just comes across as goofy, and that does lead to like the worst scene in the movie for me. But going back to my positives, there were some moments where the movie chose not to use music, and I thought that was a good choice. It wasn't showing anything particularly goofy or anything like that. It was something where, okay, I can take this seriously, and the music's not dragging it down at any point. Not saying the music dragged the movie down at any particular point, but I did appreciate when the movie decided to be more restrictive with the music and just not to play it at all. And for the first act, I didn't feel the runtime, and it just like flew by for me. I was like, wow, 40 minutes gone by, and it felt like 5 minutes. And the scenes where characters were talking were some of my favorite parts of the movie, and just how they like slowly deteriorate and just can't really stand it being in this war anymore. And they haven't even been there for that long, but it's already taken a toll on them. And the movie did stay consistently entertaining for the most part, and I understood what it was going for, even if what it was going for was pretty on the nose and not very subtle, I feel. And the action scenes, they were fine for the most part. There was nothing particularly terrible about them, but unfortunately, and now I have to get into my issues. Like, one of my biggest problems with this movie is that there's just too many close shots. Like, I never really get a sense of where characters are. Like, I love the fact that I never once feel like I'm on a set or just like somewhere just in someone's backyard or anything like that. I always feel like I'm in the environment just from the way it looks, but it just doesn't show it properly for me. And I just feel as though it's always too claustrophobic, and I just need some wide shots so I can see the location a bit better. And I also don't really care for the narration. I felt as though the narration could have been cut from the movie entirely and the movie would be no different. I didn't really feel tension throughout this movie, even during the action scenes. Like, the action was just surface level entertainment at best for me. And it kind of just stayed there and it never once changed from being that. I just didn't feel scared for these characters. I didn't feel as though they were in any real danger because I just didn't really care. Like, they're well defined enough to where you get an understanding of who they are, but in terms of showing the intensity of the situation, left some things to be desired, and I just wasn't into it all that much. And the movie did get a little dull for me in the second half of the movie because it was just the same thing happening over and over again. Not saying it was incredibly repetitive, but it just wasn't offering anything new that we hadn't already seen before. But I can definitely say this much about it. It's well made overall, and I didn't regret watching it, but I just didn't really connect with it super well. I understand why people like it, but unfortunately, it's just not a movie for me, sadly. And I guess this kind of ties into another topic of conversation. The director, he's made a couple other movies I've seen, like Natural Born Killers, Born on the 4th of July, and also Wall Street from '87. All three of those movies are fine, in my opinion. Like Natural Born Killers is probably my favorite, possibly. Maybe this at a close second, but they're just not really movies that connect with me, sadly, and I just walk away thinking, yeah, that was fine. I didn't exactly get much out of it, and I'm probably going to forget about it, given a few months' time, probably. And this movie was an Oscar movie, and it won for Best Picture. I'm glad people enjoyed it, and I'm not entirely upset that it won Best Picture because, in my opinion, as long as a good movie wins, like, I'm happy. Like, I can live with that. And unfortunately, I can't really talk about the other nominees for Best Picture that year because, believe it or not, I haven't seen any of them. I saw the Best Picture winner, not the nominees. I'll probably get around to them at some point, but we'll see how long that takes. But that's about all I have to say about Platoon. It was decent. I didn't regret watching it. Will I see it again? Probably not, but I would still recommend it. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Platoon a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thought of Platoon, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for AO. EO. I think I said that right. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.